So who cares? Why not do your own thing and let them say what they want?
Oh my God, do I have to tell you guys about this last weekend in Santa Fe. If you didn't watch my last two videos, the one that's entitled I Broke My Finger and Other Exciting News, and also the one that's entitled Making Love, then you're kind of going to be out of context for this, but I'll try to give you a really quick recap. Also, if you guys are interested in what's going on with my finger, I'm not going to recap what actually happened as much, but I did get the surgery. It did go well, spoiler alert. We'll talk more about it at the end of the video because it'll be kind of like the end of the story here that I'm telling you. And perhaps if you guys are good, and I'll know whether or not you guys will be good, Past Tara knows all about future viewers, I will give you guys a little look at what this looks like underneath all of this because it's kind of cool. To me, it's cool. I like the weird blood and gore and stuff. You guys might not like it, so if you get to the end and you're like, I'm a little bit squeamish or this is gonna ruin something about Tara for me, I don't know, you can just skip right past it or just end the video early. But for those of you who are curious, like I would be, were it not me and I didn't get to see it in person, close up, whenever I want, I would want to see it. So if you want to see it, stay tuned. So this last weekend, Hunter took me to his work conference, which was an NJA, Nevada Justice Association or something, conference. Originally, he wasn't gonna take me because he thought it would be weird, but I was like, hey, I can work from anywhere. So the dichotomy we had was we sleep together, wake up in the morning together, he goes off to the conference, and I do my own thing, which is filming, video editing, going out and seeing the sights, getting something to eat, maybe hiking. I didn't get to hiking because I was so busy that weekend, but those were some of the things that I thought I could do. And as I said in my last video, it just really invigorates me to have a different environment. It's really like motivating. I film a lot more, I work a lot more. If I get here, I get kind of in a rut of wanting to do like lazy stuff, but for some reason a change of environment really like kicks my ass into gear. So I've always liked the idea of being able to travel with a partner who had to travel for work, giving them their own space, and then maybe we can have dinner at night or something, and at least we get to cuddle at night. Since he was so against it, he was like, all right, this is a trial period. I'll give you a chance because I know how much it means to you. That's not really important. I'm just very proud that we got to that place and he realized that it means a lot to me because you don't know, like when he messaged me and said that I can come, I like literally almost cried. It meant so much to me. I was like, oh my God, it was amazing. Anyway, some weird ass shit happened that weekend. And mind you, I had the finger surgery on Monday in the AM and we were flying back Sunday night. I had actually moved my finger surgery from the Wednesday before to the next Monday so that one, I could go on this conference and still be self-sufficient. I had no idea how much it was going to inhibit my use of my right hand, and then I might be really stressed, or I might be on pain meds, or I might be in a lot of pain, who knows. And then there was also this other stipulation where the Wednesday surgery was going to be in some weird surgery center, not in an actual hospital. It just seemed really sketchy. I had to like outsource for all of my like pre-op blood work and stuff. It was just gave me weird vibes, so I'd rather pay the extra $500 because my insurance is shit. It's self-paid, I'm self-employed, it sucks. I still pay a high premium. I have the highest deductible in the universe. So either way, I would have to pay out of pocket for the entire surgery. But that Saturday, we were in Santa Fe. We go out because Hunter's done with his lawyer festivities, and he's like, hey, you wanna go out? I'm like, yeah. That night, late at night, we lose my phone. I'm gonna redact exactly how we lost my phone. We go to bed, I don't realize that the phone is lost really, so like I fall asleep, I wake up in the middle of the night, and I literally freak out. I'm like, where the fuck is my phone? Oh my God, this fucking sucks. And the first thing I think about is not like how much the phone costs, the fact that it's only 5 months old. I'm not even thinking about like, oh my God, people are gonna like get in there and get my personal info or like my OnlyFans content for free or something. Like, I'm not worried about any of that. What I'm worried about is the last 5 months, because I don't use iCloud. I back up to my computer because iCloud gets hacked so often, and it's just like I would have to pay so much money for an iCloud big enough to store all of my stuff that I have on my phone that I just don't do it, and I don't back up anywhere. I just back up on my computer periodically, usually when I upgrade my phone. So I would be losing 5 months of some of the most precious photos, and at that moment when I woke up in the middle of the night, I was thinking I'm losing all of them because I totally forgot that I back up on my computer, which is right here. That's what I'm gesturing to. My laptop. So yeah, So the moment I realized that my phone is gone, I'm still kind of intoxicated, and I literally just threw on Hunter's jacket, ran out into the streets of Santa Fe, trying to like trace my steps back to the bar that we were at to find my phone. And of course that did not work. And of course I went out without shoes. And of course I'm like coming back in to the hotel, pitter-pattering on the floor, hoping that none of these like NJA people see me, because that would be like super embarrassing. And then going back up to the room and being absolutely dejected and depressed. He goes to the last day of the conference, which is like really important to him. It's like the most important speakers or whatever were on Sunday morning. And I'm just gonna like try to sleep this off, get some breakfast, put myself together, and I don't know, pack. I said I would pack for him. While this is happening, I tell Jay that I had lost my phone, and Jay's on my family plan, and it allows him to see in my Find My app, it allows him to see all of my different devices, not just where I am, which is usually where my phone is. He was able to see Tara's iPhone and Tara's watch. My watch was at the hotel. My iPhone was somewhere in Santa Fe. And I'm like, oh my God. So he sends me the fucking location where my phone is, which says it's in some trailer park between two different trailers. Around that time, Hunter texts me, he's like, I'm done with the conference. I'm gonna go get some beers with the friends that you already know, so you can come down anytime. I'm like, okay, where are you at? He's like, this pizza place. I like hustle over there. I'm like running over there. And I am like so ready because Jay's like, go get the phone, you know where it is. And I'm like, fuck yeah, we're gonna go as a group. We're gonna go and we're gonna bust this guy's door down. We're gonna be like, give me my motherfucking phone. We have objective proof that you're here and you have my phone right now. And this phone is so important to me. I was like, oh my God, I was like, so ready to get this fucking phone, right? And on top of that, Jay was able to enable lost phone, because at this point, all I had to interact with anyone was my watch. I do pay $10 a month for cellular service on my watch, which I felt like was a big waste of money because I don't even wear the watch. As you can see, I barely ever wear it. I don't even wear it to work out anymore. I used to wear it to like have objective measures of what I was doing while working out, but now I don't wear it. However, it was a lifesaver here because I was able to still text and call Jay and Hunter. And the biggest tease ever was that all of those important pictures were uploaded onto my Apple Watch because I have that watch face that just sorts through my favorites, and my favorites are all just like 5 months of me and Hunter doing like amazing adventures. And like I have some of the cutest pictures I've ever taken of us together, just like iPhone pictures that I never sent him or never put anywhere else, and they're like scrolling through on this watch. And I even Googled, there's no possible way for you to even get the smaller versions of those pictures off of the watch onto somewhere else. The only thing you can do is like take tiny fucking pictures or screenshots of the Apple Watch and like save them for later. So there was no way for me to ever get those pictures back, yet my fucking Apple Watch is sitting there teasing me, scrolling through all these pictures I'll never see again because I'll never get my phone again. So I make it to the fucking pizza place, and it's him and like 4 of his friends, and I sit down and I'm like, let's go get my fucking phone. While he's like ordering a beer and everyone's like getting pizza and shit, and I'm like, why are we not going? Hunter was like, really? That seems sketchy. And then all of his friends like, oh, this is where, to be honest, if any of you guys watch this, it turned me off a little bit. I needed space from you guys for a few days because like what I'm used to, and now let me preface this by saying I do understand that that is probably a sketchy thing to do. Oh shit. I will be back. Hunter's dad is here. Okay, we back at it. That was a quick visit. Wasn't too bad. It's funny, I could hear the garage door opening. I'm like, oh, fuck. I waited all day thinking he would come earlier, and then sometimes he doesn't come at all when he says he's going to come. So I'm like, all right, I think I'm in the clear now. It's like 2:30, 3 o'clock. Anyway, I am going to pick up right where I left off. So I fully understand why that could be sketchy to go to someone's house and demand for your phone back, especially like as a large group or even like with just us two or something. I understand why that's sketchy, and it's really hard for me to explain the turned offness that I felt from the whole group's just like vibe. I think it was because I went in there so fervently ready to go like get my phone back. I was like, yeah, let's do it. And like expecting it to be kind of like a Jay experience or like a cold experience, Brandon, or like a red experience. Like all of my friends are really like ride or die. Even if they're kind of shitty sometimes, they would get together with me and go do this thing. And like with Jay saying, damn, go get your phone, go get it. And like rooting for me, and like Brittany rooting for me as well. It just felt shitty to walk into a group of people who I thought I knew, who I thought I vibed with, and they're like, Hunter, why don't you just buy her a new phone? And I'm like, why are we not all going? And they're like, because we don't want to die. And it was just kind of like, there was no effort being made to even explain like, yo, I totally want to do this for you, and that seems great, but it does seem a little sketchy or something. It wasn't like that. It was like literally, oh, I'm just lazy and would rather sit here and drink and eat pizza than do anything to help you out or help Hunter's girlfriend out or whatever. And that was also the vibe I was getting from Hunter. So like, I was a little bit like hurt, even though he was like, all right, if you want to do this, let's go. I was a little bit hurt for a while, like asking him like, was it really the sketchiness? Because I feel like you'd be down to do a lot of things that are sketchier than this, but you would rather just stay here and like drink with your friends or whatever when, you know, you're the one that lost my phone and it really means a lot to me. I feel like you should be like ready to go, or at least be like, this is a bad idea, and like shake me out of it or something, not just completely dismiss me, you know? So whatever, I get over that. He proves to me, or kind of proves to me, I guess, that it was just because it's sketchy. But at this point, he's fully ready to go. We jump in our rental car and we drive toward this really creepy area of New Mexico. Now, I'm not gonna lie, Santa Fe and Albuquerque and just all of New Mexico that I saw was like barren. It was kind of like Reno, but like way worse. Like there's even less to do and even less stuff, and everything seemed really old. And they talk about like the culture being really cool, and the food was hot. There were a lot of peppers and spices, and that's cool, but like there wasn't a lot to do and there wasn't a lot of civilization. It was really a weird vibe for a conference or for like a getaway. So we drive through this barren nothingness. We get to this like trailer park area, and they're more like those trailer parks that are sitting on a foundation. They're not necessarily the ones that actually have wheels, like really, really ghetto trailer parks. It was more like, my grandma has one of these. It's kind of like a built home that just sits on a foundation, but it's mobile. You can move it if you have like a semi or something. It's like that shape. And so we have Jay on the phone as we're driving, and Jay's like hyping us up, and Brittany's saying silly things in the background, and we're like having a good time driving there. And then we get up to it, and Jay's like, because he has the location, right? So he's like, it's either this house or the next house, but he's sure it's the first house. So we walk up to people coming out of a car at the first mobile home, and it's like a Mexican family, and none of the adults speak English, like, at all. Hunter's trying to talk to them. I'm like standing there getting ready to like jump back in the Mustang and drive away, because yes, I did spend way too much on a rental car to get a Mustang so that I don't live in an echo chamber constantly hating on anything that isn't Mopar, especially the slow cars that are Fords. So I'm ready to be the getaway driver here. Hunter walks up to this family, is talking to them. They don't speak English. Their daughter comes out onto like the stairway thing attached to the mobile home, and she hears Hunter's story, and then she relays it to her parents in Spanish, and her parents are like, we don't know what you're talking about. So then they go inside, and Hunter and I are standing there like, okay, well, it seemed like they didn't know what the fuck we were talking about. They were very Spanish. None of them looked like they would have been down in the like bar hopping district of Santa Fe. It really seems like they're telling the truth. And as we're walking back to the car to move the car up a couple inches so that we can get away from the next house in case that is the people who have the phone, they come out to me and they're like, wait. The husband or dad or whatever is like, wait. He goes inside, he brings out another older lady who apparently is his wife, and his wife literally hands us her phone with like a phone case on it and like glittery shit. It's clearly not my phone. It's not even like the same generation of phone. And I'm just like cracking up at the fact that these poor people were literally going to give me an iPhone or something. The only iPhone in the house, and they're like, oh yeah, this is it. This is all we have. And it's just like, what were they thinking? The white people are coming to appropriate their one iPhone of the family? And I'm like, no. That's not what we're saying. Thank you so much for your time, and we move on. So we go to the next house, and I'm a little bit sketched out about this one. So I stay near the car. But Hunter walks up the steps, knocks on the door, no answer. He knocks again, there's an answer. It's like a 35 to 45-year-old man. And Hunter goes like, it seems like our iPhone is in your house. Did you find an iPhone? And this guy immediately, stone-faced, goes, call it, and hands his iPhone to Hunter. And I'm like, sketchy. This guy 100% has the fucking phone, right? So Hunter calls the phone. It takes him like 20 minutes to put in my number. He's like, what's your number? I'm like, blah, blah, blah. He's like, what? What were the last four? He like can't. It's funny because I have his number memorized because I think it's cute, because I have to use it as dry cleaning, because there have been a few times, like a time I can't talk about yet, where I needed to memorize his number to even talk to him. So I have his number memorized, and he can't even hear my number and relay it into this guy's phone. He puts it in the phone rings twice. Now, mind you, it's been ringing all of the times before this, but it rings twice only, and then goes to voicemail, and he goes, guess it's not here. Now, I don't need to tell you guys why that's fucking retarded, right? Like, he could have just turned off the phone. He could have just fucking silenced the phone. He could have done fucking anything. And it's clear that he even fucked up in the middle by having like his wife or someone in the back turn off the phone. So this guy was sketchy as fuck, but there's nothing else we could do. Hunter's like, are you sure it's not there? He's like, yeah, man, I would fucking know. And then like we leave. We're sitting in the car and we're thinking about it. We're talking it over. Jay's like, I'm 100% sure if you zoom in on the location, it's on the first house. And me and Hunter were like, there's no way that family knew anything. The only way that that family could have had my phone is if like there was a younger son that wasn't home at the time or wasn't questioned, who had like stolen it, and then he would be sketchier when we talked to him. But there's no way the mom, the dad, the cousin, and the daughter has the phone. They're very confused. Put yourself in this position. Someone comes up to your door and says, hey, you have our phone. And the first thing you do, without even like a questionable pause or anything, is you say, fucking call it then. Like, it's something you hear every day. Like, it's something you're prepared for. This guy was fucking sketchy. So I'm sure that the second guy was either the sketchiest guy in the universe and was just like sketch-tacularly fucking autistic and didn't act like a normal human. And I'm saying autistic like in the real way, not in like the derogatory way that would probably get me demonetized, even though I already am. There's no way that was a normal response to someone saying, yo, my phone is in your house for sure, objectively. Hunter decides to call the non-emergency number at the police station. We're just put on hold for a while. We gotta get on our flight in like 3 hours. And I was like, there's no way we can wait here for them to get a warrant. And like, will they even help? It is like grand theft because iPhones, especially like the brand new one that I had, they're like $1,500. And I'm pretty sure it doesn't depreciate enough for that to go under the $1,000 or $750 or whatever it is for grand theft. So it is like a big deal, and it was a big deal for me, aside from the money or the materialistic shit, because it had a lot of like sentimental value because of all those pictures that I'll never get back. So I was like really wanting it back and willing to do like a lot to get it back. But then I was like, you know what, Hunter, you went here with me, you tried, you're willing to call the police and go through all of that with me, fuck it, whatever. There's no way we're gonna have time to do that before we hit our flight. That's one weird thing that happened that weekend. And the having no iPhone debacle gets worse as we get back to Nevada, but we will get there. We get to the airport. It's the group of all of Hunter's friends that I'm kind of annoyed at the moment and not wanting to hang out with. So Hunter and I go get food at the airport alone, and then we go hang out with them, and I'm like I'm quieter than usual because I'm a little annoyed. And I'm the only one that doesn't have a fucking phone too. So I'm sitting there not able to like distract myself with the phone and be even quieter. I have to still participate and act like a normal human, even though I'm really annoyed at these people. We leave the restaurant place where they were eating, where we were hanging out, and we go sit at our gate. Now this is happening as we have a Southwest flight while Southwest is canceling 1,800 flights that weekend. And first they're telling us it's an air traffic control thing, it's a fucking weather thing. Every other fucking airline is taking off and departing and landing on time and everything's fine. No one's canceling any flights. The weather is fucking pristine outside. It's pristine in Nevada. There's no reason that would be happening. And of course, we get stuck sitting there, 30-minute delay on your flight. Oh, guess what? Houston is canceled. Guess what? 170 people who are going to be on this Houston flight now have to figure out what the fuck they're doing. Oh my God, Phoenix is canceled. The 2 flights around ours canceled. We're sitting there with a 30-minute delay with no airplanes in the entire fucking wing of that airport at all. Like, it was just barren on the side that had the Southwest planes. And we were literally like, what are we gonna do? So we start looking up fucking rental cars to drive the 10 hours back to Vegas, which I was dreading because I didn't want to be in a car with all these fucking lawyer people that I'm pissed off at right now. And then like more so even, we had like judges, other lawyers, older lawyers, younger lawyers, every fucking Nevada lawyer, it felt like, was stuck in this little circle in the fucking airport just being like, oh my God, please help me God. No fucking hotels anymore because they were all given to the hundreds of other people that didn't have flights. It was a clusterfuck. So we didn't know where we were gonna stay. We're like, it could be 3 days out because there's no hotels and there's no flights to be booked because all these people are being rebooked on other flights. There's no rental cars. No one has a car. Like, how the fuck are we gonna get home? On top of that, let me remind you, I have about 8 hours until I have to get finger surgery in the morning. A surgery which I've already pushed off for the PCH, the Pacific Coast Highway trip, which was 10 days. So I was 10 days late on that, and then it was supposed to be last Wednesday, so I was another like 7 days late, and I was like, I don't think I can push this. I've already paid for the surgery out of pocket. Like, what am I gonna do? And like Hunter's like, my main concern is getting you back for this goddamn surgery. We had no idea that there would ever be a foreseeable fucking delay in our flight with perfect weather that we booked way early, and it was just like, what the fuck? 8:35, a plane fucking lands and attaches to our gate. And the whole fucking area of lawyers and everyone from Nevada just trying to get home, to do their practice, to do my surgery, to just be away from Santa Fe, New Mexico, because we've all had enough of it, just start clapping and roaring like, woo! We're like, oh, thank God. And Hunter's like, I'm not celebrating until our fucking ass is off the ground on the plane. We happened to be the only flight there that night that actually took off. And I swear to God, as I was going pee and getting ready to board, I felt like everyone from like Houston and all these other places that didn't get their flight to go, I felt like I had like a bounty on my head. I felt like they were gonna fucking kill me or something. It was crazy. So we get on the plane, we get home, I go to sleep. I wake up, I gotta take one of those nasty Dial soap showers, the antibacterial soap showers, and just like wash myself off and get all ready. And like I felt really dry because it's Vegas, so I'm already dry. I can't put any lotions on. I'm like, ugh. And I go to the surgery. Hunter stays with me for 2 hours before the surgery. Guys wheel me off to surgery, which was really sweet. I was really nervous about him taking care of me. He's never done that before. He's always been like a very selfish person before me, it seems at least. And so I was like, oh my God, I'm not gonna get taken care of. This is gonna be horrible. I'm gonna be there alone. I'm gonna be really sad. And on top of that, I also really hate general anesthesia, which I had to have for some reason, probably because it's a kind of crazy looking surgery. They wheel me away. I'm kind of freaking out. They put me to sleep. I'm making jokes with the anesthesiologist and he's making me feel weird because he doesn't understand jokes. It was really weird. I go to sleep, I wake up and I feel great. I have this cast on my hand, which I'm gonna put a picture of right here for the first 3 days, and that's all. And then the doctor was like, oh, you can move the rest of your fingers afterwards. We'll get you a custom cast that just like protects this part of the finger. This is not what I'm supposed to be wearing. I bought this at like Albertsons for like $5. What I'm supposed to be wearing, I will put a picture of here. You probably saw it on my most recent Instagram picture with Hunter. We went to a wedding and I actually wore my protective cast because if I'm drinking, I don't want to like fuck it up, you know? But everything just went fucking perfect, flying colors. I was in barely any pain. I was in no pain the first day because I was numbed the entire day on the entire hand. So I was good the whole day. And then at night, I took one of the Oxycontins because I was like, okay, I'm starting to feel something and I feel like it could progress to feeling really painful. But the next day, I just didn't take any more pain pills. I wasn't even on like ibuprofen or anything. A little bit of icing. I was good. It actually feels more stable and better than before I got the surgery and looks better. However, the surgery was putting a pin straight through my finger to the middle knuckle and it like sticks out of my finger, which is what I will show you soon. Okay, so after my surgery, I asked Hunter, like, can I buy a phone on your phone? And then we go pick it up at the iPhone store. I'm looking, 0 phones bigger than 256 gigs exist. And I'm like, okay, well, I'm not gonna buy the iPhone 13 Pro, I'll just buy the 12 Pro, which is what I had previously, because like I don't need to upgrade and I just need a lot of capacity on my phone, because I had filled the 500 gig one. So I needed at least 500 gigs, if not the 1 terabyte one, which exists nowhere. I call them up, they're like, oh, when we come out with the 13 Pro, we discontinue the 12 Pro. So all they had were the ones that have the shitty cameras or the shitty capacity and the older ones. And I'm like, well, I need a large capacity because I need to like restore the backup to my phone. So what I bought was the last 256 gig 13 Pro Plus. They don't have anything else but this. So I buy this, I go to download the backup of my phone, and lo and behold, iTunes is so goddamn shitty. So goddamn shitty. Fucking, I am so sick of Apple in general because of all of the like stupid shit that they make you do. Like they make you use proprietary bullshit. It's hard to put like pictures and videos onto your computer. You have it like in this weird format where you can't extract things one by one. But anyway, I'm downloading the backup onto my new phone. And it's like, hey, guess what? You can't put the backup on your phone. Too big. Too big. No backup, start from scratch. So I had to literally start from scratch on this phone, and I've been slowly just downloading things that I need so that I can put off needing another phone because I bought the 13 Pro 1 terabyte one that is back ordered until my fucking birthday, which is November 10th, which is a month from now. So I have to like use old phones, use this phone, return this one at a certain point, and start over from scratch again until I can download this backup and then lose my last month and a half of stuff and then hopefully have that. I've been backing up to fucking Lightroom now. That's what I back up to, but like it has been a clusterfuck. And there have been some things that I can't even log into because I need my phone to log into them, but I don't have my old phone. Everything is based off of having your old phone usable and ready there so that you can accept it on the other phone. And I had to have Jay call AT&T to like switch my service over. And then as I was on the phone on my watch, it disconnected me because it set up this phone and took it off the old phone. It's just like, So fucking confusing, oh my God, and annoying. So it has been a lot harder than just purchasing another phone for $1,500, which is annoying as fuck and a lot of money, but it's something I can do. It was more than that. It was the sentimental value I lost. It's been a fucking headache to do. Like, I don't have anything. Like, a lot of what I would do when I'm like not feeling great or when I'm sad or when I'm bored, I would literally go through my favorites on my phone and just look at like pictures of Hunter and I, and like it would make me happy and make me feel better again or whatever. And like, it would pass the time and I'd be like, oh, remember this, remember that. And I would go through it, and it's like all of our adventures, just like in chronological order, is what I was saving into my favorites. So now for the time being, I have 0 of those. And when I finally get my phone on November 10th on my birthday, I'll have everything but the last 5 months, which is a lot of it. I mean, we've been together only for like a year and a couple months, right? So that sucked. It was a weird, crazy weekend. We had the fucking drama with the flights. We had the drama with the phone. But I'm so glad that I went because I got a lot of work done. I proved to myself that I could be non-annoying and come with Hunter, and we can do that. And hopefully we do it more often. And I got my finger surgery, and the doctor didn't need to put a scar. So the only thing I have in there is the pin, no scar. He was like, I will try not to put a scar, but I might have to. And I woke up feeling great, no hangover from the fucking general anesthesia, finger intact, feeling good, and it was a nice little plus. Thanks for watching, guys. I love you guys so much. Now I'm going to show you what this looks like, so if you don't want to watch anymore, I love you so much. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. However, if you are a curious person, let's go ahead and show you some weird finger. Haha. I'm gonna do this gently because I'm not supposed to take, like, the dressing off and stuff, but I'm gonna do it for you guys. Here's the pin. There's this little dressing over it. And look, the pin is literally sticking out of my finger and goes down to like here. And I cannot, this is where the scar was gonna be, but he didn't have to. And this is just some like yellow dressing to make sure I don't bump it. It like pads it a little bit, but it's literally sticking out of my finger. I have a literal thing sticking out of my finger. Like, how fucking crazy is that? It's fucking wild. And it's pink too. I like that it's pink. It's very cute that the doctor gave me a pink thing to stick out of my finger because that is so me. But yeah, hope you guys liked the video and subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next one. I have this for 2 more weeks and then it comes out. Very easy. Basically painless. I am so happy this wasn't a bigger deal. And next video, I will tell you guys how annoying it was to find the doctor to do this for me because, oh my God, that's a whole nother story in itself, but this one has been long enough. Bye, guys.